Hello everyone and welcome back to Planet Zoo, where today I've got a special episode where I'm building a reindeer exhibit. So yeah, it's that time of the year again, where last year this time of the year I built this mead hall, this Viking style mead hall for Yuletide, and the year before I built a Roman village for Saturnalia, and this year I decided let's actually do a Christmas themed episode and I'm going to build a reindeer exhibit because apparently there's this guy, I don't know if you know him, called Santa Claus, and he's a Christmas man. And apparently he has reindeer, so reindeer are typically the Christmas animal, so we're gonna build a small reindeer exhibit here. It shouldn't be too long a video, it should be and this exhibit would be quite simple, not very complex, so just I can get this video out soon. Hopefully it will be out on Christmas, but if not, then I don't know, thought that counts, I guess. Happy belated Christmas, or you can save this for next year and pretend I uploaded it on time. But whatever, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few small progress updates, and you can see my build progress as I make this exhibit. So yeah, let's skip on to the first update. Okay, so first progress update, and I've got a bit of water in. I got some rocks up, and so yeah, to keep the guests separated from the reindeer, because the path is gonna be coming along this side here, you're gonna have water keeping them apart. Yeah, so it's just a very simple plaster bottom thing. You can take the water out so you can look at it. Got some drains here on the side, so we have some drainage as well as there. And steps, so it's easy for the reindeer to come out this side. Yeah, it's just these are just the plaster wall panels. They're very useful to making pools and such things. And you just rotate them to get this curve like that. Yeah, these are very useful pieces, and I kept the water a little bit dirty because this is like way for like a kind of older exhibit, so the water doesn't have to be stupid clean, so I'm just keeping the cleanliness on like 30%. And anyway, yeah, we have a little stream going inside, so the borders are covered with rocks. These tundra and tiger rocks I used. And then for the actual stream itself, well, first you notice we have this ice piece. This is kind of a trick Mike Sheets used to for streams and that. You have this ice and it kind of resembles water, and it pulls a really good job at it. And then I put these the foam effects, what exactly they're called, the special effects, the river rapids, this one, the rapid foam, so that way you have a bit of movement inside. And then for this part where the water's coming through, I actually used these jets. So like here you can see them as well. And these jets are very useful. You sink them into the ground and you have the top foamy bit kind of coming out, and it looks like water flowing. That's what I did here as well. So yeah, and then on the sides I have these this terraced type pattern. So it's kind of different levels to this exhibit. And of course, in these areas where we have like the steep part here, I'm gonna put rocks here. So like over here, you can see this I put rocks to cover this little steep part, so it acts as kind of a retaining wall. And I probably made a mistake by putting in the rocks first and not the reindeer, because I don't know if the traversable area is probably going to be all whack and I'm going to have to modify the rocks. But it shouldn't be that big a problem. And just one trick I want to give you for terraining is that if you want like something smooth like this, the smooth tool does kind of help smooth stuff out, like if I come here. But what I find works better if you like want a smooth area over a bigger distance, because the smooth thing is still like quite steep over here. It's just you don't have that shadow. But if you want something that's like a gradual slope, what you want to take is actually the flatten to foundation. Bring your intensity down a bit. Then you just want to kind of click on your area you want just a bit, and that gives a bit more of a nice, more gradual pattern. You're gonna have to fine tune it so it looks a bit smoother, but yeah, the smooth tool doesn't really work that well on a large scale. See, it just it doesn't give that nice gradient that you'd want. So yeah, that's just kind of a trick for future, if you're gonna terraform in the future. And yeah, ungulate exhibits like reindeer and stuff are typically very boring. They don't have much, so I decided to have some verticality to give it a bit more interest. That's a big thing. If you want more interest in your zoos, just add some verticality. just on your pathways or your guest areas or exhibits like I'm doing here. Verticality is very useful. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with the next bit and I'll see you in the next progress update. Okay, so a little bit more work was done. So as you can see, I've got one reindeer in. I'm gonna put a few more in later, but just to see how the traversable area works. And yeah, you can traverse it pretty fine. Just had to adjust the rock slightly, but it's not too bad. And he actually can, something I noticed is that he jumped over this little gap here. So I'm still gonna probably add like a bridge or something. So that way, if it wants to get to this side, the reindeer don't have to traverse all the way through this water to get there. Or jump over the little river. So yeah. Then I've also done some work on the guest side. I've got the path in, and over here we have the viewing platform. And this is the plaster pieces, but I've made the color so it kind of matches this in-game path. So they kind of blend in together, which I think is a cool effect. I still need to add a shade structure on top of it to keep the guests so the sun doesn't just hammer you while you're watching your reindeer. Then I got some plantings, just nettle beds mixed with these diamond leaf willow bushes. And yeah, as you'll notice there, I won't put bushes like this inside the actual exhibit because if you actually Google reindeer or caribou exhibit, then you'll see that there's like really no foliage inside of them. Like even this grass, I need to have a lot more dirt pathing in here. Yeah, simply because I think the animals destroy all the bushes, but I'm gonna have more foliage on the outskirts, so it might kind of contribute to it. And maybe put some like fallen logs inside, so that way the rocks and the fallen logs will act as decoration for the actual exhibit. So you don't need exactly living foliage to decorate your exhibits. Okay, I thought it was gonna jump over the river. Now another thing I have is this stable. It's a very simple design. I would like some zoos, you know, you can have like your stables that are very big and have separate compartments for each animal with spare compartments. But sometimes you just have like a simple room like this that the animals can come and sleep in and out, and the keepers close the doors shut. And that's what we have here. We have some big doors on track so the keepers slide it open and closed, and just a big room for the reindeer to sleep in. I don't want to make anything too complicated for this bowl, so yeah. Anyway, I got one last progress update to do, just to add some small details, and the reindeer exhibit will be finished. So yeah, I'm gonna move on with that. Okay, and we are done with the reindeer exhibit. I just wanted to stop in the mead hall quickly to see how the guests actually interact with this. I never actually opened this place up for the guests to come and see, so that's interesting. But yeah, we have guests in because the reindeer exhibit is finally done. As you can see, I put a little shade structure made with the South America back beams, just recolored them a little bit. Yeah, it's very simple design, but it works, you know, covering shading this area nicely. And yeah, the reindeer exhibit is fully completed. So as you can see, I didn't want to completely remove the grass. I have dirt paths here, so these are kind of like the main paths the reindeer would use, and maybe the reindeer are kind of in the process of trampling out all the grass and eventually it'll all be dirt, but yeah, we've just got some dirt in the main areas. As you can see, I built a bridge here so the reindeer can cross nicely, as well as the keepers. So the reindeer have 3 paths. They can choose to get to this side. They can either go in the water like this guy is doing, go across the bridge like that guy did, and this little baby is doing, or they can jump across the river here, because I have seen them do it, but not very often. Standing on a bridge. Yeah, and this side I just put a feeder up and put a little shade structure up here, so that way the keeper will come and fill it and the reindeer will actually come over to this half of the exhibit. So yeah, that's the reindeer exhibit. I also have put some trees down, and over here you can see I put these fence posts to kind of stop the reindeer from rubbing themselves against the tree and damaging it, because you have to keep that in mind. If you're building, want to try and build realistically, the foliage, you might have to like kind of stop the animals accessing it a bit so that they don't damage the trees. And as you can see here, there's, like I said, no bushes in that because the reindeer would eat and destroy all the bushes. So instead, for decorating, I have these rocks which you seen a while ago, and I put some dead trees about all over the place. So that's kind of how I decorated this exhibit. Yeah, so that's the reindeer exhibit. It's not very complicated. I wanted something simple to build for Christmas. We've got this fence is pretty simple. This shade structure, this barn is pretty simple. So yeah, I just want something quick and easy to build. This took me like under 2 days, which is a pretty stark contrast from this thing, which I think took me like 2 weeks to finish. And yeah, I wanted something quick and easy this year around. And yeah, I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, this exhibit is available on the workshop. I'll upload it onto the workshop, but yeah. You can see you can put this whole thing in, all the terraining and that is done. You're just gonna have to move this habitat gate so you can go inside the wall. I just had to have it slightly sticking out because otherwise it wouldn't save the wall or the beams. Because you know, the game is funny in saving blueprints like that. So yeah, if you want this in your zoo, you can put this exhibit in your zoo. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you in whatever next I'm making planets to. Merry Christmas. Bye.